YouTube, you saucy lot. It's your boy the Blade Runner. Hope you lot are all alright. It's been a while, guys, hasn't it, since my last upload. Been loads of stuff going on. I've moved the business, so I'm in Shepperton now, and yeah, happy days. But anyway, the haircuts. Let's talk about the haircut. The haircut you're about to see is on my mate Dennis. Now, Dennis is one of those really good-looking guys, and he had this amazing curly, like longish hair, and he got fed up with it. So he's just asked if I could do like a grade 3 on top and a skin fade. And well, first of all, I was like,
no, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
but at the end of the day, his hair was driving him absolutely crazy. He'd had it long for a while. So I thought, you know, if he wants it cut, let's cut it. Let's do it properly. Anyway, I hope you like the haircut. And yeah, don't forget, please do subscribe. I promise you there will be more uploads from now on. Anyway, take it easy, guys. I'm out of here. See you later. Right, so we've got the lovely Dennis in the chair. Now, I absolutely love his long hair, but he's absolutely fed up with it. One thing we're doing is we're going to keep the moustache. Spoke to him about what we're going to do, and he just wants to, yeah, get rid of it. So grade 3 on top with a cheeky skin fade. We're not going to line out the front, so we're going to keep it more on the natural side. So in my hands, I've got the Wahl Magic Clips with a grade 3 on it. Now, these are the newer Magic Clips, the gold edition, and you know, they say they pimped up the motor a little bit. Personally, I like the old Magic Clip, you know, the good old-fashioned legend Magic Clip that it is. Nothing wrong with this clipper, but I just get a better feel for the original Magic Clip. So I did explain to him that because he has had a middle parting for so long, that it might take a couple of washes just to get rid of that middle parting, because that's just the way the hair's growing now. But yeah, we're just going to debulk all of this hair out. Yeah, he's a very, very nice guy. He's actually my mechanic Aiden's apprentice, and yeah, he's going to be a very, very good mechanic. So yeah, so just going to carry on taking all of this bulk out, grade 3. Yeah, I almost felt guilty about cutting all this hair off, but you know what, if I hadn't done it, he would have gone somewhere else and got someone else to do it, so I'd rather it be me. Okay, so I've taken the guard off. Just going to work all the way around. So yeah, no guard on the clipper. Yeah, what are people's thoughts on this gold Magic Clip? You know, I was expecting something truly awesome. I really did think it was going to be a massive jump up from the old Magic Clip. But yeah, it's okay. It gets the job done. I mean, most of the time I rock with the T-Pod clippers. They've got all the power that you need, but you know, sometimes it's just good to try the clippers as well. You know, I'm not going to knock the Magic Clip. It really is a legendary clipper, but yeah, I was just hoping that the newer version, the gold edition, was going to be that little bit better. Sorry. One thing I would say about it is the blades seem to stay that little bit cooler. So I'm doing a grade 1 now. I'm just going to follow that skin line round that I made. Also, people use the new Wahl Vapor. I'm quite intrigued by that clipper. I just want to see how good it is. It's supposed to be absolutely awesome for fading. But yeah, I'll get one of those and we'll see what it's like. Right, so I've just put a grade 0.5 on the clipper. Now, I think of all the 0.5 grades that you can get from all companies, I do think the Wahl 0.5 grade, I do think it is pretty much the best clipper guard there is when you're dealing with the 0.5. So now I've just taken the guard off, just going to be touching up any little bits. Now I would say to anybody when they're working on their fading, you know, step back a little bit sometimes. A lot of people, they just fade and they keep their head very close to the client's head. Sometimes it's just nice to step back and see how it's falling. When you do take a step back, it can look a little bit different sometimes. Also very important, and I've touched on this a few times, keep that beard brush handy. You know, if you're just going to be using a comb, it's not really going to get rid of the remnants of the hair that's left on the scalp, especially when it starts getting on the hot side of summer because the heads are a little bit sweaty. So yeah, it just takes away all the hair. I'll put a 0.5 back onto the clipper. Just catching any loose hairs. Now the crown area is a lot darker, so I'm going to be working on that crown in a little while. And I'll start scissor over combing, starting from the sides, and I'm going to work it through to the back. That's when I'll be able to take down that little shadow. So yeah, I could have put a grade 1.5 or a 2 on and just fed it up to the crown. But you know, I like traditional barbering, and you know, when we look at like shears, they were invented a long time before clippers were, and it's good just to keep it traditional sometimes. I mean, you could argue that you know, if I used a 1.5 or a 2, I could have gone straight up. But you know, I just like the feel of shears sometimes. I've got quite a fine comb as well. If your comb is too thick, it's not going to get under the hair. So when you're dealing with like short bits of hair, you need to have a finer comb. Just get underneath those hairs. So yeah, young Dennis here, he's having his haircut. He was very adamant that was the haircut he wanted to do, and I was very surprised that he actually wanted to go with this haircut, because it is so different from the haircut he had before. So I'm just going to damp the hair down, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to work the top through, just catching any tiny pieces of hair. You know, I would suggest everybody does that. Because you know, you'll find that when the hair's on the finer side, it can slip under the guard. And what that basically does, it means it doesn't get cut. And so when you're actually blasting it through the hairdryer afterwards, you're going to find loads of little pieces, and obviously that's going to annoy the client when they do the hair at home. So just spending a couple of minutes working scissor over comb, just gets those tiny little pieces. A lot of the time when somebody cuts their own hair, you can always tell they've done it themselves, just because they got those little loose bits. So yeah, as a barber, you should be going through and making sure you catch all of those pieces of hair, because otherwise the client might as well just do it at home. We can use the Brawn Series 9 just to skin out any hair. Now, I've said this on countless videos, the Brawn Series 9 is one of the best foils out there. Not because it gets it the shortest, because it doesn't, but it is such a comfortable fader to use, or balding foil, should I say. And what you can do is, once you've done this, if you want to get it even that little bit closer, you know, use the Babyless or use the Wahl finale foil, and you'll get it in. But you know, I think most clients find that this length is going to be okay. if you go straight in with a Wahl finale and not this, you're gonna find that the foil snag after a while. When using the Braun Series 9, it takes that tension away from the hair. So yeah, I'm just going to use a little bit of mousse through the hair. Just really using that just to start killing off that parting that he's had for some time. Yeah, hope you like the video, guys. Anyway, I'm just about done with this haircut, and we'll see you in the next one. But yeah, massive apologies for not posting more regularly, but yeah, a lot's been going on in my life. But yeah, we'll be able to start posting a little bit more now. I'm just putting a bit of clay on it at the end, just to give it a little bit of hold, just a little bit of definition. Anyway, I'm out of here. See you later. How's that feel, mate?
That's perfect.
Enjoying it, mate. Ooh.